All right, welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees. So now these are the baby bombers. It's a whole new Yankee team. They sold everyone off. Now they're in a rebuilding phase. Last time this has happened, you have to go back to the old country. Just before the Subway Series, the Yankees got swept down in Tampa, and I guess that was the final blow to make Hal Steinbrenner agree to do all these trades. So Cashman went nuts. Brian Cashman said, "I'm the boss around here, see?" Yeah, he had Chapman ready traded the week before. Let's go Andrew Miller, which I didn't see. Got a bunch of great prospects back. And Clint Frazier from the Indians seems to be the real filet mignon in the Andrew Miller deal. Very highly touted outfielder, and he's a redhead. Now, he had to cut his beard to be a Yankee, but I don't know if the Yankees ever had a redhead before. That's going to be interesting. Sent Carlos Beltran, team's best hitter, out. Sent Ivan Nova out. Basically, it's a whole new team now. Designated A-Rod for assignment, so he's gone. And in addition to all the trades they made, they finally brought the young kids out of the tent. Aaron Judge, who came up. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but Aaron Judge might be the next great one. Hit 2 home runs in his first 2 games. I think he's a keeper. Tyler Austin, his first Major League at-bat. He also goes over yard. First time in Major League history that teammates hit back-to-back home runs in their first Major League at-bats. I don't know, there's something about Yankees and Cooperstown and magical things, I don't know. Gary Sanchez as catcher. He looks like the real deal. We've been hearing about him for years. Not only offensively with a couple home runs already, but defensively. He's throwing out runners like left and right. He's a real deal. Gonna have a little log jam with McCann and Romine, but overall, these young guys look great. And with shipping out all the veterans and having the kids play, though they're not really in a playoff hunt anymore, actually more people are going and watching the games. There's more interest in watching these young kids, surprisingly. I won't have Mark Teixeira to kick around anymore. But what we didn't know that this is actually his final year in baseball completely. A couple Fridays ago, he did announce a retirement with the neck injury, the leg injury, the wrist injury. It's just too much for him to get on the field anymore, so he said this will be his last year. And yeah, I'm disappointed this year. Him and A-Rod, the main reasons why, our power was down, we did not make the playoffs, but Teixeira was a solid Yankee. He's a solid player, so bon voyage, good luck in your retirement, and maybe come back full-time this day or something. Brian McCann did clear waivers, so a team can trade for him. There was rumors about Atlanta, which I don't know why they have interest in him. This guy makes $17-20 million a year. He's a good player, but he makes a lot of money. He has 3 years left. Cashman would love to ship that contract out of here and just have Sanchez and Romine as catchers next year. But I think there is room for McCann to be on this team. Again, he does have the ability to play first base once in a while. I know Greg Bird's kind of penciled in there, but you don't know if he comes back and he comes out hurt. So you could play McCann a few games at first base. He could DH a little bit, give him a break, and then, of course, a couple games at catcher. So, yeah, he kind of stuck with the contract, but I think McCann is at least still serviceable for his team. It's not like A-Rod where he was just a DH and you couldn't put him anywhere else. That's what kills your lineup. That's what kills your roster. Not to rag on the Mets, but it looks like their season's up in smoke. They're 2 games under 500. Yankees have to be 3 games over 500. Yankees having a better season. And with shipping everyone out with the trades, they've dismantled the no-runs DMC back end of the bullpen. But surprisingly, the bullpen hasn't been in chaos. I mean, with the Chapman deal, we did get Adam Warren back. He's been fabulous since his returning to his Yankee form. I don't know what happened with the Cubs. And Cashman also picked up Tyler Clippard, respectable bullpen guy. And except for one blip against the Toronto Blue Jays, this bullpen's been just as good as when we had Miller, Betances, and Chapman. And now Betances is the closer. That's okay, but bullpen's still been pretty solid. Maybe it's just something about the Yankees having great bullpens. I don't know. There's something to be excited about in terms of the Yankee position plays. As for the starting rotation, it's getting a little messy. CC seems like he's falling apart. We got him on the contract for next year. Severino looks like a mess. Still not sure what he is yet. You see great flashes, such as when he came out of the bullpen against the Mets in the Subway Series. Then they give him a start and he's terrible. He's kind of like Michael Pineda. He's Jekyll and Hyde, good and bad. Maybe he's just best suited for being a bullpen guy. I don't know. Brought up Chad Green. Good start, bad start. We don't know. They shipped out Nova. Nathan Eovaldi. Turns out he's going to need Tommy John surgery. Of course, had to shut him down for this year, and he's probably done in the Yankee uniform. So whether it's the free agent market or someone from AA just turns out to be great, maybe we'll see. But starting rotation for next year, 2017, is probably going to be a bit of a struggle. The playoff hopes are hanging by a thread. Now, the Yanks are 6.5 games out of the AL East, as well as 6.5 out of the wild card. If anything, they have a better shot at the AL East, but any glimmer of hope that might have been kind of got crushed this week by dropping 2-3 against the Toronto Blue Jays. The second game was the killer because we were up like 4 or 5-0 by the 4th inning, but then the rains came down. We had to take Pineda out. And it looks like Michael Pineda has somewhat stabilized himself. Maybe next year's the year he finally puts it all together. Overall, this looks about this team is just going to showcase the kids. Yeah, Girardi's going to say the right things. Like, yeah, we're fighting to win every game. And they are to a degree. They fight hard. That's good. And this new young group's exciting to watch, but it looks like we will be locked out of the postseason after all. Well, they gave A-Rod the old heave-ho. I never thought it was possible. Basically, they released him. They announced it early in the week, let him twist in a win for a few days, and then gave him a nice send-off on Friday. And all things considered, everyone said the right things. It went rather smoothly. He even got an RBI double in the game. And then he's free to play baseball either this year, but after next year, the Yankees are actually going to hire him back as a consultant, so he has a job set up. Well, you might as well, because you're still going to pay the guy like $40 million. So what's the post-mortem on A-Rod? Well, we got to go back a few years. You had two Yankee runs. You had the 96 to 2001 Dynasty Yankees, won all the championships and stuff like that. And then you had the second half of the Tory years of 2002 up to 2007 of failure, getting kicked out of the first round, misery. So then A-Rod comes aboard, and they figure, all right, we're going to get back to that 96 to 2001 run. But it didn't happen, even though they came close in 2004. And for some reason, even though A-Rod, did put up some good numbers, he was the biggest name, so he kind of became the face of Yankee failure, even though it really wasn't his fault. Yeah, and he hit great in the playoffs, but we didn't have the starting pitching we had from 96 to 2001. We didn't have the great starting rotation we had from 96 to 2001. But for some reason, all this was blamed on A-Rod, and the media got on him, the fans got on him. Now, he did some stupid stuff himself, then got involved with the PEDs and all that stuff, but it really shouldn't happen this way. He should have really went down as one of the greatest Yankees of all time, which he's just always going to be scarred. Unfortunately. Not bad. And as for the A-Rod gate, well, I guess they just paint over this now. Maybe they'll put up Bentances or Gary Sanchez or something. I'm really going to miss A-Rod. And with A-Rod gone, that meant more at-bats for Aaron Hicks, and he's shown slight improvements. Now, they're going to have to make a decision him at the end of the year, but we still have Gartner in left, Ellsbury in center. Those are contracts you probably can't move, and those guys are probably coming back next year. Of the two, you might be able to move Gartner because he only has 2 years left, only makes $13 million, but Ellsbury, that's a tough contract to get rid of. Many years left, $22 million per. Probably stuck with him for a while. Cashman would like to get rid of him, but again, going into next year, we're probably looking at an outfield that does consist of Gartner in left, Ellsbury in center, and the new big guy, Aaron Judge in right. But with all the trades that occur, they did hold on to Chase Headley. Maybe they couldn't move him. They might move him in the offseason, who knows. Has hit a little better, but still not buying that Chase Headley jersey. All right, so let me get a box of 27 large.
Okay.
Good day.
Thank you. Met fans don't understand fresh pasta. I don't know why I'm ragging on the Mets so much. I mean, they split the Subway Series 2 games, which I figured would happen. But maybe, of course, we had to hear for years how they have Harvey and Syndergaard and all the young guys, and we have all the old farts. Well, now that things change. Harvey's hurt, Wheeler's hurt, a lot of the young pitchers are hurt, and now the Yankees have the young guys, and now the Mets are all the old farts. So take that.